discs that are actually in my bag. First, we're going to do my putting putters. These are classic blend Wardens. These are flat top, got a good give, good grip. And I have a very stiff spin putt, a very hard spin putt that very fast and it's very hard, like I said. And these go pretty straight and glidey. I really like them. My brother hates them because they're too glidey, but classic blend Wardens. And now we're on to my throwing putters. I have 3 putters that I mainly throw backhand and 2 neutron spin. This is my understable. This I throw on a hyzer, get a nice turn to the right. This has a lot of late stability, late flight turn. It kind of like hyzer and slowly turns and gets right. If in a tailwind, it kind of doesn't do that. It kind of just pretty straight, but good understable disc. Awesome disc. Great in the woods. Recommend it to any wood smoothness, like smooth players. Or lefties. But, opto pure. Actually, I should go Invader first, but, luster Invader. And so, this one's used to be a flat to fade disc. Now it's a flip-up disc, and this has become my favorite disc in my bag. I throw this soft, and it'll stay straight and have a little bit of fade. I can throw it hard and get a little bit of flip and fade at the end. I love this disc. I love it off the tee and on the approach. It is awesome. And this will be in the bag for a long time to come. This is a staple. And then next we now have the opto pier. This is a bit straighter than the Invader. Throw it flat, goes flat, lands pretty straight. It has less turn, but also less fade than the Invader. As in, it doesn't go right, but it also doesn't go left. It's pretty much dead straight. And I can work this. I can throw it on hyzer, I can throw it on anhyzer or flat, and get it to do whatever I want. And so, opto pure. And next we have kind of my approach putters. Forehand mostly. Start off with the Exo Hard Tactic. This mini Exo Hard Tactic. This is very little pulled out. I don't pull it out that often. Maybe when I want less stability than the zone, or when I want it to be a scramble shot. I use this. This gets pulled out mostly scramble, and that's just about it. But Exo Tactic, Hard Tactic. And then here's the zone, Discraft Z Zone. I use this for almost anything else. Anhyzer flexes, hyzers, forehand approaches, backhand off the tee overstable shots, forehand and backhand spike hyzers, scramble rollers whenever I need to, utility overstable approach disc, Discraft Z Zone. Well, not Metallic Z, but the Metallic, oh boy, Lucid Justice, Metallic Lucid Justice. I actually lost my Cayman not too long ago at the Dawes Road Open, and this is my replacement. This is actually more overstable, but not enough more overstable that I'm still looking for a Cayman, so anyone who does have a Cayman, let me know. Innova, well, not Innova, Dynamic Disc Justice, thrown on anhyzer flexes, throw it high, flat, let it'll spike down. Backhand and forehand flexes is very it's a utility drive disc. It is a mid-range, but it is also I consider a utility disc. It's kind of in between what I would call a mid-range and a approach disc, but Justice. And now we're going to move on to my mid-ranges. Starting off with the KC Pro Rock. Hold up. Let me get my discs out. This is my favorite woods mid-range out of the others. Well, I wouldn't necessarily call it my favorite, but this is very awesome in the woods. I can throw it a little bit of hyzer, let it flip up to flat and go straight. I can throw it flat and let it turn a little bit to the right. And mostly it's just backhand wood shots. Every once in a while I'll throw a little bit of hyzer and trust it to go left, but not often. Usually it's just for dead straight wood shots. Very good disc, KC Rock. And then here is a staple disc that won't come out until it's too understable. But Champion Mako 3, I have two here. This one, this blue one, I can throw it on hyzer, flip it up to flat, or even a little anhyzer. And this one is my favorite flip up mid-range. Right now, I would actually call this my favorite mid-range, because I've just learned how to throw this perfectly. So far, it's been very successful this year. I've enjoyed it very much, but also has a Norman Pro-Am stamp, which I did not play that, but awesome disc. And then this one's almost an opposite, but at the same time not. It's dead straight. Even though it's more beat in, it is basically like that pure, but it has a little bit more fade. I can throw this flat, goes flat, a little bit of fade, force it over, hyzer it. I might dye this too, but Champion Mako 3. Then we have a Glow Champion Rock X3. This is like my stable backhand. This is like, I can throw it on hyzer, get the fade in, throw it flat, gets the fade left, and I can get a little bit of flex. I don't usually I use this when I need to get left, but not so far, but where it's too long for the Justice or too short for the Firebirds and Scepters. And so Glow Champion Rock X3. Next we're going to go into the Fairways, starting off with the straighter Fairways. Well, hold up. Yeah, we'll get those later. But we're going to start off with the straighter Fairways, and got a Glow Champion Leopard 3. This one I can throw a little bit of flip up, get nice straight, go straight, and lands flat. Those flat, get a little bit of turn. This is my favorite Woods fairway driver at the moment. Going pretty straight with that. But Glow Champion Leopard 3. And here we have a Star TL. This is a little bit more understable than that. A little longer range, so I can throw it on a little more hyzer. Gets flat, or throw it on more hyzer, get it to an anhyzer. I can throw it flat, get a nice turnover out of it. And mostly this is just using the Woods, or where I need to be a little bit more understable than the Leopard. But TL. Then we got the Teebirds. We have a gstar Teebird. This one's is pretty straight. Throw it flat, gets a mild, gentle fade at the end. I can throw it for rollers, get out of trouble thumbers, get out of trouble grenades even. I mean, I don't use it for that much, but I do plan on beating this in to be a flip up, to be where like the TL's at, or like the Sidewinder later in my bag is at. And gstar Teebird. That's what I plan on it. Then we have a Star Teebird 3. This is a bit more stable than that. I actually like this one more. This is a lot. I love this disc actually. I really do. I throw this forehand and backhand, a bit more stable. Throw this for big hyzers where I don't usually throw that. I use that for like pushing hyzers, but I use this one for more of kind of the same thing. But Star Teebird 3. And now we're going to go on to utility overstable. We're going to start off with the Champion Firebird. This is a German Memorial one. This is pretty straight for a Firebird. It's been in my bag for probably about 2 years, but it never was really very overstable. Throw this forehand, get some nice anhyzer flexes, big hyzers. This is also my main grenade disc, or short range thumber. Like off the tee thumbers and grenades. I love it for that. I love it for backhand anhyzer flexes, and I'll use it for forehand hyzers, but and backhand hyzers, but mostly it's grenades with this. I actually love this disc a lot, and I need to use it more. Champion Firebird. And then now, my favorite fairway driver by far. I know I said the Leopard 3, but this one's definitely more of a favorite. The Infinite Discs Scepter. I love this disc. This is awesome. I like this Scepter. This is a swirly S-blend. This one's pretty straight. This is like a step up from the Teebird 3. Throw it flat, goes flat, and has a mild, moderate fade at the end. Forehand, same thing. I can flex this a little bit, but I don't like to. Backhand and forehand, it's flexible, but I don't use it for that often. I will, but not often. And I love it. It's awesome disc. Very good disc. They don't have any more of this run online, but they do have Dave Feldberg runs and some other Halloween runs at Infinite Discs. Go check them out. And then here's a Seedland one. I got this at the Dollhouse Road Open. This is my winning disc. This one's the most overstable out of my fairway drivers. Analyzer Flex forehands, big hyzers, and such like that. This one, being more overstable than that Firebird, this is kind of how they sit in stabilities. Right there, from least stable to most overstable. And this Scepter is definitely the most overstable out of them all. But it's not, it still is glidier, and it goes actually farther than that Firebird. But even though it is more stable, it also goes farther and is glidier, which these are very awesome. Scepters are awesome, so go check them out. These are great discs. And next we're going on to the kind of utility drivers, kind of like the in-between distance drivers and fairway drivers. This one's kind of a utility, kind of a distance driver, the Star Sidewinder, or it can at least fly that far. For those people underrate these beginner type discs, these discs that you wouldn't see a lot of pros throwing. However, you do see Nate Sexton and Jeremy Coling throwing these, but Innova Star Sidewinder. This is a good flip up to a little Anheuser finesse disc. I love this for finesse shots and rollers and such. And so, forehand, backhand, finesse disc, kind of that utility range. I throw a lot for a lot of different shots. And also, I also throw this Tomahawk. And then we have, these guys are all very similar to each other. We have a C-Line PD. This is probably the oldest disc in my bag right now. As in how long I've had it in my bag. I've had it in my bag for like 3 years. And so, obviously I'm very comfortable with it, and I love it. Throw it forehand, it goes flat, and then kind of just has a gentle finish. Throw it backhand, same thing. Hyzers, both forehand and backhand, and pushing shots. Really good disc. Quite worn in too. C-Line PD. Next we have the Discraft Z Anax. This is a very good disc. I can call this the better Thunderbird. Exactly, the better Thunderbird. This is Big Z, like I said. Forehand anheuser flex shots, backhand anheuser flex shots. Again, I would call this the better Thunderbird because it is both longer range and glidier. And a very good disc. I love it. And this will be in my bag for a while. Big Z Anax. And then now we have the Dynamic Discs Biofuzion Sergeant. This is their recycled plastic, but I love this. This is a 169 Sergeant. I throw this forehand, and it's probably in between stabilities of the Anax and the PD. More fade than the PD, but not as much as the Anax. Forehand and backhand, I love it, and throw it well. Off the tee, approach. I probably throw this in between. I could probably forehand. I throw it from 230 to almost 300. Backhand, I probably throw it from like 270 up to 330 or 340 ish, but maybe even up to 350. But Sergeant, Biofuzion Sergeant. Now we're getting to the distance drivers. This is by far the biggest slot in my bag, the distance driver slot. We have quite a few discs here. And these are distance drivers. Starting off with probably the prettiest of them all, the Halo Wraith. Very pretty disc. I just got this yesterday. And just put it in the bag today. Went to the field, tried it. The Halo discs are more stable than any other runs. This would be a Wraith. A Halo Wraith's a Halo Wraith, and it's throw it flat, goes in pretty overstable. You can trust it to get back. This is the only driver I've had that I can trust on Anheuser and still trust it to flex out completely. My other ones, I just tend to overturn them. Even a Champion Destroyer, I just tend to overturn it, like turn and burn. It doesn't turn over, but I throw it and it just nails into the ground. I did have an Anthon Boss, but this is awesome. I love this. I would not recommend to anyone who can't throw over 350 to 375 on footage. Well, feet. If you can't throw far, you should not throw any Halo disc at all. They are all really overstable. A Halo Destroyer would be compared to a Discmania PD2. So, but Halo Wraith. Then now we're getting into my turns. We have my roller disc. This is my gstar Tern. I throw this flat and get to the nice roller angle. In tailwinds, I throw it on some Anheuser, get it to that roller angle, and in tailwinds, this rips. I can get this over 450 every time on a roller on a tailwind. This goes far on a roller. I can throw this for 50%, wood shots that flip up, forehand and backhand, and grenades that get right, and thumbers that get left. G-Star Tern. And sorry for the video being long. Thank you for your patience to keep with me all the way, but we have a Star Tern. This is probably a few steps up in stability. Probably quite a few steps. I can throw this on hyzer. Again, normal turns have a lot of glide. Normal Star, G-Star turns, Pro turns have glide. And so you can throw it on hyzer, flip up to an Anheuser, and it glides, and it just pushes. And it has a mild, gentle fade. It's very forgiving for those who it doesn't have as much fade. If you have a lot of wobble, sidearm or backhand, it's probably not a good disc for you, but I love this for big distance. It glides very far, and very good for big distance shots. Then this Champion Tern is almost quite the opposite. This is a very finesse disc. This is probably my finesse distance driver. As in the Sidewinder, throw this on slight hyzer, get it to flat, maybe a slight Anheuser, throw it flat, get like perfect flex shots. Forehand, it can get a little bit of turn out of it, but these Champion ones, and they don't fly like the Star ones. They are a lot more stable. And if you ever hear me referencing White Ice Tern, then that's what this is. The White Ice Tern. And then now we're into my destroyers. My destroyers out of bag. We have, first off, we're going to go with the Pfm Sds Destroyer. I throw this a lot backhand and maybe sidearm. Maybe. Really don't sidearm, but every once in a while. But throw this on some good hyzer, let it flip up to flat, get a little bit of turn to the right and fade back. This is like that Star Tern and the Shrike coming up. Doesn't go as far for them, but is more accurate and more consistent. So I can trust this disc very much. And I love it. It's also swirly too. You may not be able to see that in the camera, but it's swirly. Cool and pretty. I might end up huck-labbing this. And then we have a Star Destroyer. This is another one. This is a 2-time Ricky Wysocki Destroyer. This is more stable. This is not a flip-up. Throw this forehand flat, fades to the right, backhand flat, goes straight, and then has a good fade at the end. Mild, moderate finish. I can flex this. Forehand, I flex it really well. Backhand, not really. Backhand, I really don't throw this on flex shots. Backhand. Big hyzers, backhand and forehand. Very good disc, and I love it a lot. I love this run of destroyers, especially the flat top Rickies. The 2-time Wysocki destroyers it's really hard to find the flat top runs, and that's what this one was. This feels so good to me. This is an awesome run of destroyers. Destroyer. And then another one, this is in Champion. This is this is a step up in stability from that one, so I can flex it a little bit more backhand and forehand, and I kind of use this one more for spike hyzers, but a bit more of the skip shots too, a bit more finessey than the other ones, so Champion Destroyer. Then we have another one. We have this is going to be a different disc. This is slightly longer and glidier than the other ones. This is a Lucid Raider. On those destroyers, this is a little bit less stable and a little glidier, so I can throw it and get a little bit of flip, even though it's pretty new. And I think this is just an understable run of Raiders, but this is a little bit faster and a little bit more neutral. So I can throw this flat, get a little bit of turn. If I throw it soft flat, it can just go and glide nice and straight. Throw this on hyzer, get a little bit of flip up. Forehand, I love this for when I'm trying to make sure I don't go left, but throw it really hard. I actually threw this at Twisted and parked a hole that was a very tough hole to park. It played like 320 uphill. It was a 260-foot hole, but it was uphill so badly that it played 320. And so, I love this. This kind of pushed out the Scorpius. But Small House Road Open, Raiders. And then here we have another one. This is my farthest range disc in my bag. This is a Star Shrike. I throw this on hyzer, get a nice flip up to a little land hyzer, and then get a nice fade at the end. This is easily over 400, 410, no matter what, every time. I love this disc. This is a bomber disc. A lot of amateurs throw these. A lot of pros don't, which I kind of see why the big names don't. But if you're under 500 feet of power, you can throw this. Even in the Halo Shrikes. The Halo Shrikes fly like destroyers. And so, for anyone over 500 feet, a Halo Shrike works, but Shrike. That's it. Except I've got two more. I got utilities, like Utility Scramble. These two are exact opposites of each other. We have the 150 DX Eagle. I actually threw this at Twisted. I threw it on a grenade and a scramble roller, but super flippy. I can throw this on a spike hyzer backhand and just let it, and it literally still goes to a roller angle. It is so flippy. I can't trust this in any wind other than a tailwind, and standstills, scramble rollers, backhand and forehand. Does not go very far, but it's very flippy, very flippy. But, DX Eagle. And then this is the exact opposite. This is a Discraft Z Zone. This is very overstable, very, very overstable. Not as overstable as a flick, which I gotta try a flick, and that's a step up from this. But Nuke OS, I love this for grenade, for thumbers. I don't throw a grenade, but I throw it for forehand enters or flexes, backhand enters or flexes, big hyzers, forehand and backhand. Very cool disc. I love it a lot. I also just got this one too. This one in the Halo Wraith and some minis, but Z OS. That's it for my bag. I will be coming out with some reviews. I think I'll put out, I don't know what the thing I'm going to review next. I think I'm going to review the Warden next weekend. I plan on doing that. After that, I'm probably going to do a round. Next weekend, I'll either do a round or a review. And then the weekend after that, probably another round. And so, look forward to that. And I also plan on starting up the Grip It and Rip It instructional series soon. And so, look forward to that also. And thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. And see y'all later. Have a blessed day.